Our issue is prepared to warn about the coming economic disaster. Let's start with the fact that Europe is on the brink of a great war. Why? All this will be a continuation of the war in Ukraine. Very high probability that people will be lost money. The objective of the new crisis: bring down the financial system. Introduce a new digital governance that will develop in the new financial system. The system has been growing for more than 150 years. Due to population growth, markets and economies have developed. The dollar was also rising. The US dollar is the reserve currency that is on the balance sheet of all central banks in the world. US stocks are on the balance sheet of a Swiss bank whose shares have begun to tumble. Also located at the European Central Bank. In order to break through the charts, you need a reason, that is, you need to devalue the dollar. For example, in the middle of the 20th century, the Jamaica and Bretton Woods conferences were held. We are at a point where the world has reached all the benefits and they need to be redistributed. And of course it will be from the poor to the rich. To do this, you need to create chaos that can be controlled. For those who do not want to lend to the United States, they began to do so. And make sure that debts do not have to be repaid. For chaos, they will create all the conditions for a world war. Namely, Europe will get into brutal fighting, and it may be that when the real war starts, NATO may simply disappear. Because if an order is received to destroy the state, then the members of this organization may refuse to fulfill their obligations. The eastern part of Europe, including Poland and the Baltic states, will suffer the most. Only this way will be able to separate world finance. In a panic, American bonds will be bought up, which will give them growth. The financing of the military campaign in Europe against the aggressor will begin. After the decline of the dollar, the US will become the dominant state by increasing the production and export of goods. Many high-tech industries are now being transferred from Europe and China to America. As soon as the DXY indicator falls, energy carriers will rise in price. We need domestic and foreign markets. And that's what digital currencies are for. When the DXY index starts to fall, digital currencies will be introduced. Those who hold cash dollars will be able to hold positions for a short time. The dollar is expected to rise in September this year. This is the time to get rid of it. Why? The dollar will be expensive, but you will not be able to sell it, or citizens of other countries will be forbidden to sell the dollar. You will have cash, but you will not be able to realize it, and at this stage it begins to fall. It is necessary to get out of fiat currencies and acquire material goods as well as gold and Bitcoin. Countries will begin to close within their currency zones. For internal settlements, there will be electronic money. For external payments, transfers from central banks. And here will begin to enter the circulation of cryptocurrencies. It makes no sense to buy stocks during the transition period of the economy. We have already said that Bitcoin will grow, and the amount of $250,000 or even $1 million will be a reality in 10-15 years. The main technologies will be green energy, 3D printing, online employment. We need to invest in new technologies like cryptocurrencies, gold, foreign real estate. All good and prosperity. Your Angel Swart Finance.